What's going on, everybody? So it's Thursday instead of Tuesday, but we're here again for the Focus, second time this week, right here at Bliss FM. I'm joined by Jarrell Leeper, our guy Dominic Rowe, aka Damo. Damo's here every Tuesday, but you guys barely get a chance to see him because he's off to my right, usually hidden in the corner on social media, but he's the guy providing you guys with outstanding gifts each and every week. So we talked about this as a group, and the reason we wanted to do this was on Tuesdays, in that hour that we have, it's really compressed, really that 56 to 57 minutes that we have every Tuesday. It's hard enough for us to get through everything we have each week that we prepare for you guys,
Definitely.
let alone interact with you guys on social media.
Facts.
And it's something we want to do a better job of. So hence us going to start this mailbag this week, and that's what today's episode is all about. This is the debut episode, and shout out to the people who've already taken advantage of sharing their thoughts, letting us know what they want us to talk about, because we had some topics for just in case, because we always have enough people on staff where we can come up with some topics. Thankfully, Damo, the social media guy, got to doing what he does best, and we got some topics already.
Yep.
So I guess I'll bring up the topics, or you want to bring up the topics, Damo? What you want to do?
We can go in a circle.
All right, I'll bring up the topics today.
Yeah.
So you get to talk instead of just only being quiet on social media and not saying anything. All right. So the first question we got from @GQ After losing last night, do you believe the Wizards need to retool to make it out of the East? And if so, at what cost? Damo, Jarrell?
I'll let you hit that first.
So I feel as if the Wizards, we have the tools to succeed. I'm not saying we can win a championship this year. We have the tools to compete and make the Eastern Conference Finals. That's the goal for the past 2 years. If we're going to retool, we have to retool our front court. We need better big men, or more versatile big men. Like, Gortat is dope. Mahimi's horrible. I don't like Mahimi at all.
I wouldn't say horrible.
We spent way too much money on Mahimi. If we want to trade someone, we need to get a big man.
Definitely.
DeAndre Jordan's available. I saw if we want to get Jalil, but I know we're a fast-paced team. I don't know how that would mesh.
What you think about Boogie?
I love Boogie. If we can get Boogie, what? Him and Wall reunited for 82 games, I'm all for that. But that's what we need to do if we want to compete, in my opinion.
Damo?
I agree on 100%. 100. Now, I'm not as down on Mahimi. I'm not a big fan of Mahimi, but he's
Not
a big
all
man.
doom and gloom.
Yeah, it's not all doom and gloom.
Okay.
But I don't know. I think we do need to retool. We don't need to retool the entire roster.
Yeah, I agree.
And we have, I believe, at what cost, it shouldn't cost us our top 4 players.
Facts.
That is John Wall, Bradley Beal, Otto Porter, and Kelly Oubre. I don't want neither one of them need to go. Everybody likes saying, "Oh, Otto needs to go." Look,
No.
Otto does the little things that you can't teach about basketball, in my opinion. He runs the floor. He's cutting. Look, somebody's checking him. As soon as they turn their head, he's cutting to that basket. He does so much little stuff. Dive for loose balls, communication. So
And he stepped up as a leader this year.
He has.
He's been more vocal. He's been more assertive with his game. And Oubre, he's definitely gotten better. His shots gotten better. He's always been the hustle man. He has arguably the most heart on the team. So I agree with your top 4. That has to stay. But everyone else, if we can get someone better, if we can get Cousins, that would be wonderful. But if we can get any other big man, I'm cool with that.
I like that you guys are dreaming like big budget, like headliner type things. But just it doesn't even have to be that type of guy, like a big name guy.
you don't think so?
No, it doesn't have to be. If you're playing with one of the best point guards in the NBA, playing with John, if you literally can just protect the rim, run and rebound,
Right.
you're gonna get you 10 to 12 points a game simply by running. You don't have to be. How many times do the Wizards throw the ball into the post to a post player to let them just work out?
Right.
So all I'm saying is, see if you can scour the league, find some young guy that they don't have to be all the way complete right now, right?
So let me ask you something. With you saying that, with these teams having 3 superstars, 4 superstars, you don't think that mega name is a necessity?
I think Washington has their big guns already.
Can you
And
name them?
Right now is John Brad, the Max guys,
Max
John Brad
guys.
and
Otto.
Right after that is Kelly's right after that. So you got your 3 big guys and a guy after that, right?
Right.
On the wing. You just got to get you a big that fits the
Right.
other types.
Definitely
And that's
agree.
all I'm saying is that big doesn't have to be somebody who's averaging 20 and 10. Like literally the Wizards, if you had somebody who was averaging 11, 13, and
Gave
like
their
2 to 3
role
blocks,
perfectly.
that's,
Be amazing.
it's just totally different. But moving on, is Kirk Cousins getting re-signed? This question coming from Valek at _Rabio_.
Oh, my good man Rob from Philadelphia.
Yeah. So this is the question he has for you guys. Well, for us here. I think it's gonna be another year to franchise tag. That's just me. So you guys go ahead.
That's crazy. If we
like
franchise
34
tag
million,
him
right?
for a 30 or 34 million, be the highest paid quarterback, maybe player in the league.
I mean, you already been paying him, so okay.
Yeah. I mean, if we let him go, there's always risk that he can, prosper. I know you've been an advocate for him not being a Niner, and
But that's just me for personal.
yeah,
petty
no,
reasons.
that's fine. I mean,
Just me.
I have a friend who's a big Broncos fan. He was like, John Elway needs to get him because they're a quarterback away from greatness. Same with maybe the Jaguars.
And you know what? To now think about this. We talked about this on Tuesday. Now you got to remember that with Eli possibly entering that free agent market, it's not just Cousins out there now. So like if you're the Broncos, why would I throw that much bread at Cousins
What I can
if
get
I
a
could
proven
take Eli,
quarterback.
like a guy who's been in the playoffs already? And I know you're frowning your face up, but it's my biggest thing is because honestly, if I'm the Broncos, the quarterback doesn't have to do that much, right? So I don't have to pay you 30 a year.
You want this Eli Manning from this year?
But you're
36?
Okay, and real quick, what are the
Peyton
things?
was in the
Nah,
cold,
just-
though.
All I'm saying is, what do we know about Eli? He's at his best when he has a solid run game, a good defense behind him.
Right,
These are
and
things he
weapons.
hasn't had
For years.
since they won the chip.
Right.
Now you look at Denver and all the wonderful things they have. What's the only thing they don't have?
A quarterback. That's the only
That's what
thing.
I'm saying. Eli doesn't have to light the world on fire. You just have to be better than Paxton Lynch or Trevor Siemian. Like the bar's not that high, and you're not going to cost $30 million a year. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying is that the market gets interesting now. So whoever makes the decision, that's their decision. It's not my team, so I'm
Right.
not in it. I'm just simply saying now you might have less suitors because some people are gonna look at the fact now if Kirk gets to the playoffs this year, with the playoff game, that might change some of it. But whether people like, hate Eli, what have you, as a 2-time Super Bowl winner.
And
That's
MVP.
right? That's a guy who's won playoff games, right? And no disrespect to Kurt, just what hurts for you right now is if that guy wasn't possibly going to be on the market, that's different. With him on there, I'm going to look kind of like, well, you've been here before. Let me just make sure the pieces around you,
Right.
he have had an offensive line in some years. So, we'll see.
So you think go for cheap, then go for big, the better player.
Now, my whole thing is this, is right now, if you're Denver, you already got a good team. I'd rather throw that money in the more offensive line, defense, than a quarterback when I already got all the other pieces. Like,
Right.
I don't have to kill myself. Like, I don't have to give you 30. If I could get the dude who's already made 30, give you like a smooth 12.
But does Kirk need 30? Like, does Kirk want 30? I've seen reports where they say Kirk and even his father
Yes,
said he
that's
was
what
going
I'm
to
about to
decline
say.
I mean,
the money.
This is the thing.
Top
with,
money, at
this
least.
is the thing with him. Washington bungled this by not signing him a couple years earlier, right? Otherwise,
Facts.
you wouldn't be in this funky place.
I agree.
So now you're in a really funky place because now you're probably too good to get a really a good draft pick, right?
Yeah.
To take one of those quarterbacks unless somebody falls to you. And then secondly, if you do lose Kirk, do you want to lose him for nothing? Do you want to put him on the tag and hopefully that somebody wants him that bad, they give you something for him? You know what I'm saying? So you're just in an interesting situation. We're going to see how it plays out, but just keep this moving because, this is only like a 10 to 12 minute thing each
Yeah,
week.
yeah,
you know?
definitely.
But again, this is a conversation that continue off of this. This will continue on the good old, on Twitter. Another great question. We got this from Ghost at @TrueSay_. Do you really think any team in the East is about to beat LeBron and the Cavs 7 games in the playoffs? I love that he asked this because everyone was down on the Cavs to start the season. All of a sudden, quiet as kept. They're kind of the hottest team in the East right now. It's quietly, they're making their way back to where they want to go. And this is the thing. And I know we've talked about this on the show too. Is just while people are down on Golden State and Cleveland, understand that when you go back to the finals, this part of the year, it's not nice to say. You're not too worried about it. We've seen the Spurs do this. You pick and choose when you need to move up. Just to take an occasional look at the standings, make a move this month, relax. Make a move next month, relax. But I think Cleveland's trending up. I think Golden State's still kind of but eventually they'll start to wake up. But at the same time, it's not like Golden State's 7th in the West. They've done enough that, they're that effort is not killing them yet.
Right.
And we saw them in the game with the Lakers last night. That shouldn't have been a game, but they played 4 good minutes.
Right, it's early.
And they
in the
blew. I
season.
mean, they came right back in and won.
Yeah, they played 4 good minutes of basketball, but that's, those teams are on a different level. Like Cleveland and Golden State are different levels than everybody else. So I do think it's possible. I think there's a couple teams in the East, but what do you guys think? Do you guys think there's a couple teams in the East that might get this done this
I'll
year?
let Dom go first, and I'll go last.
See, I
Is
was
this possible?
always a firm believer that the Cavs were ducking us, us as in the Washington Wizards.
Facts.
But I'm a huge basketball fan. I know the game of basketball. LeBron James is LeBron James for a reason. Like, I love John Wall, Bradley Beal, our team put together, but when it's time to get down to business and it's playoff time, LeBron James is LeBron James. What that kid say, LeBron James? He's LeBron James. So, and they're gonna just trend up. Isaiah Thomas is coming back. We're not sure what's going on with Derrick Rose right now, but they're gonna trend up and they're gonna keep getting better, better at their chemistry. So, if there was a team to do it, I would say my Wizards. But I feel like that's a little bit of the fandom talking. So right now, I don't think there's a team that can compete with them.
Damo?
I will
Not Damo
say,
Giraldo.
I know, right?
I'm going to say Dap, that's why.
Yeah,
I'm looking right at
you
you.
good. I think the Wizards, we match up best with the Cavs. Now, as you mentioned, the Cavs are the hottest team, and with Isaiah coming back, there'll be an adjustment period. But right now, they're on fire, and not to mention LeBron is playing arguably his best basketball.
And his
ever.
best friend just trended up, too. Wade's been acting up
Yeah.
recently, quietly.
Like LeBron's shooting, and he's prolific this season.
He's
That's
shooting.
That's scary, dog. So, I mean, you got the Bucks. I mean, you have who else? The Celtics. Those are and us are the teams who stand a chance. But if Isaiah comes and meshes well, I mean, we'll have a 6-game, 7-game series. But
Definitely.
LeBron's LeBron.
Playoffs is all about matchups. That's all it's about.
We have the best matchup, but LeBron always does amazing, wonderful things against our Wizards. And, yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, I've already having horrible flashbacks of him whispering in Gilbert's ear, making him miss
there
both
you
free
go.
throws. But
Yeah, I got to let
Shout
Steph
out to
go.
the crab walk.
But,
facts.
I do think there's a couple teams. But those teams have to, we're talking the other night. We're talking about habits. The Wizards have what it takes, but it's habits. They got to get those habits. You got to become a better team defensively. If the Wizards can play defensively, can set in, lock in defensively 40, at least 42 minutes a
At
night.
least.
Good gosh, just
We'd
to
be
get there
wonderful.
48 minutes. That we've yet to see the Wizards at their peak because they're not doing what they need to do
Which
to
happens
play at their peak.
almost every year.
Yeah,
And then
but
they get
I'm just
better.
saying, you have to get there, and that's the thing. Cleveland, they know how to win already. So you add another guy like Wade. Wade's been around a block of time or two, too. So that's another guy in a series that, when the series people trying to fill out series, these guys know they know how to pick their spots in series. I don't think Cleveland's defense is going to get better. Period. I don't think that's something that's going to change at all this year. I think they're going to just try
Unless
to
they
outscore
get DeAndre.
that might help. That might help
Yeah.
a whole lot. But they don't have him yet, so
Right.
as of now. So I think Milwaukee's probably another player away in terms of dealing with the Cavs for real.
Definitely.
I don't think Giannis has enough help. Washington has more than enough help. It's about them playing defense. And then Boston. And Boston is just with the young guys, how fast some young kids grow up. Because somebody on Cleveland got to deal with Jalen on both ends.
Definitely.
And he continued to get better. Same thing with Jason. So for me, it's Boston and Washington. But do I think it's gonna happen? I don't know. We'll see. But those are the 2 teams for us. I guess the last question we'll talk about real quick. Is Dame Lillard a top 5 NBA point guard? We'll make this one real quick. Dap, you first.
No.
All
Point
right.
blank period. I mean, should we name the top 5 or just not in?
Nah, we just
okay.
answer the question.
No.
Well,
And this is from Malik at Obi-Wan.
Yes, my good bro. Since we're not naming the list, I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right. I'm gonna say I'm probably gonna say no. He's right on the cusp right now, right on the cusp, literally right on the cusp. But just he hasn't even been like himself typically this year. He's done great defensively this year, which nobody's talking about. But offensively, he still hasn't been like traditional
Dame
Dame
Lillard.
yet. Which that's the only reason why. Literally, I'm the only reason why because I'm like, we know who you are, but I do want to take the second to highlight what he's done defensively, because Portland's,
For his career, he's been not a liability, but he's
we don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Period. And he's done enough. Like somebody brought up his defensive rating the other night. Like he's doing a solid job.
Right.
He needs to be commended. So I want to thank everybody who tweeted us this week, who hit us on social media. This is something new. We're gonna do this every Thursday. So now this is the advantage you guys got. Now that we got this first one out the way, thank you, Dab. Thank you, Damo. You guys got 7 days. Hashtags on the bottom of the screen. And we'll see you guys next week. First on Tuesday for next week's show, and then on Thursday. So as you're watching next week's show on Tuesday, tweet us, tweet away. Get your Twitter fingers out. Hashtag the Focus TV MB. And then we'll talk about whatever you guys hit us with on Tuesday, on Thursday. Thank you guys so much. We'll catch you next week.